So I just got my base Bronco with literally no options this Saturday, a couple days ago. And I just want to make a quick video. I know there's lots of them on there, but this is a base, no options, manual transmission. So it doesn't have like the advanced four-wheel drive, no Sasquatch package. I'm not going to go into why I didn't get that, but I did want it. So basically, driving to work right now, and a couple of interesting things. So you got your 3 pedals down there, and when you get in, so clutch, I do have the parking brake on, but I always press the brake as well. Still got to push start button. We're in neutral. Taking off the clutch, taking off the brake. Well, I'm gonna leave the brake on, sorry. This is the parking brake down here, and what you have to do, you pull it to engage it, and then when I push it in, the parking brake goes away. Sorry, I didn't, there, parking brake off. One of the, I guess, nice things, especially for newer manual drivers, is, say I'm on a hill, I'm in first gear, it tells you what gear you're in, right there. I'm gonna take off the brake. Oh, look, my brake's not on. Oh, and it actually holds you there for a second. So to help you with starting on a hill, if you're not very good with a manual transmission, I guess. So I'm not gonna try and drive with that phone in my hand, but let me see if I can. Is this one I can flip around? No, I can't flip this one around. Sorry, I did the wrong style, but so to get into reverse, what you have to do, clutch in all the way to the left, but you have to pull this up. See, if I go this way, all the way to the left and go in, I'm in first gear. But if I pull this up all the way to the left and up, I'm now in reverse and my camera is on. I believe every car manufactured after like 2020 or something has to have a rear view camera now. I actually didn't even need reverse because my driveway is kind of a hill, but it's nice to have the camera on anyways. And then when I come out, oh shit, okay, there's cars. So I'm in reverse, and then when I come out, dump it into neutral, and it's got a lock. You cannot go into reverse, or I think you can't go into that crawl gear either. Let's see. Yeah, it dumps me into 2. If I want to go in the crawl gear, I got to pull that tab, and see, now I'm in crawl. And then it locks you out. It's gonna be a busy street, so I need to get moving. But the clutch is very light, which I like. I've had a couple of Mustangs recent years, 07, 09, 11, and all V6s. I couldn't afford the insurance on the V8s, and honestly with a supercharger, even the 07 and 09s make, well, I never got the supercharger on the 09, but they make enough power that it's fun. You can still make like almost 300 to the wheels. Some guys make more than that, but the gearing on this is pretty low. It's a 4.46 final gear ratio. So that's crazy high to me for a stock gear ratio. I remember when 373 was as high as they used to do the, that'd be the highest gear ratio. Sorry, I gotta start eating my nanner. This was a workout day and my tummy's grumbling. Trying to think if there's anything else I want to mention on this video. Yeah, the gear ratios are, it's a pretty tall gear ratio. So whenever I'm on the highway at about 72 miles an hour, if I remember right, it's at like 2,500 RPM. Most of the trucks I've had since that were made in the last decade, usually it's a bit lower than that. I usually like to be at about 2,000 RPMs at 75. You know, that's how I had a 2011 GMC Sierra that was like that. My Mustang, 2011 Mustang was like that. I just had a 22 Bronco Sport Badlands that was even lower than that by a little bit. Went through a lot of cars recently. And I love the Bronco Sport Badlands. If you don't need like hardcore off-roading stuff and you want everything to be like automatic, the Bronco Sport is for you. Honestly, I think I had more room in my Bronco Sport than I do in this 2-door Bronco, especially in the back. The back, I'm pretty sure I had more room for storage. But I'm only talking about the Badlands with the 2.0 and the Focus ST rear end, or the Focus RS rear end with the dual clutches and everything. I went over stuff that I couldn't go through it in my Z71 because it was too dang long, but even still, I think that my Bronco Sport would have outdone my Z71 except for ground clearance. They just don't quite have the ground clearance. If I hadn't traded in to get this, I was gonna do the 2-inch lift. Anyways, this video is getting a little long. Oh, that's what I wanted to I hate doing this while I drive. This is terrible. Kids, do not do this if you're watching. But I'm going to show you about, so we're in 4th gear at about 44 miles an hour at 2,000 RPM. I wanted to just show you about where the gears are. So if you're thinking about a manual transmission, you can kind of see where you're going to end up driving. Oh, and it's got this cool little, it's got the boost gauge, it's got your oil temp, it's got your voltage, which is nice. I wish it had oil pressure. And then you can like change it up to different stuff, configure, there's a couple extra windows that you can put in and out. You can only have 7, I believe. My Badlands was like that too. But see, I am averaging about 22 miles per gallon, but I would say at least 60 or 70% of my driving is on the highway. So you got to take that into consideration. And I drive pretty conservatively, especially whenever I'm driving a manual transmission. Let me see here. Is there a way I can mount this so you can still see and I'm not driving without holding the phone? Yeah, you can see I only have 161 miles on it in total. I think it has a 16-gallon tank. And I think whenever I got it, because I haven't even filled it up yet, it's still on the dealer's gas. It had like 330 miles or something. All right, so here we go. 1st gear. And you can watch the RPMs as I shift to see. I usually shift about 3,000, but I'm barely pressing in the gas. This EcoBoost has plenty of torque from the get-go. Oh, I should have left the boost gauge on. You could see it's barely using any boost too. Whenever I'm going. So, see, I'm not even in boost right now. I love that because I had another EcoBoost earlier. It was a 2014 Escape Titanium with the 2.0, and even if you barely touch the gas, you were basically getting in boost. And I think that it was nice for more power, but when you're in boost, you have to have a much higher ratio or a lower ratio air to fuel. So you have more fuel per air. So it affects your economy more when you're in boost. That's why these, V6 EcoBoost trucks aren't getting what a normal V6 would get, because stoichiometric ratio for NA for a car is like 14.7 to 1. But whenever you actually get into higher load, you have to lower it down more like 13. And then with boosted cars, you have to lower it even more. You can look it up if you want more info on that. I'm not going to be able to explain it well, especially while I'm driving. But I just wanted to let you see these. I always go off on tangents. This is kind of the ratios and the gears that I'm in as I'm driving. The speed on this road is 40 or 45. Everyone drives 45. So, but yeah, this is the manual transmission. It drives good, the clutch is good, it's easy to shift. I mean, I haven't tried racing it or anything, but I've never missed a shift. I've never been wondering where gears were, because I've never driven a 6-speed before. Or no, wait, I have once, but most of the manual transmissions I've had were 4 or 5 speeds. So I was kind of worried that getting over between 4 and 6 was actually gonna, accidentally go into 6 instead of 4th or something. But there's no problem. It's super easy, super intuitive what gear to go into. The clutch is very light. Yeah, it's great. I love it. And honestly, I'm not that good of a driver in a manual transmission, and it's easy for me. That 2009 Mustang was the last manual I had, and I didn't even have that car for that long. Before that. The last manual I had was that 2007, which I sold in 2011 to get the 2011 Mustang. So it's been a long time, and it's still really easy and intuitive. So if you're thinking about it, I know the dealers probably, even if they have one, I don't know if they'd let you test drive it, but hopefully this will give you an idea about the manual transmission. Anyone can drive this transmission. It's very easy. It's not hard at all. So I hope this helps someone. I don't check my comments a lot, but I'll try to remember to after I upload this. So I'm making this on 3/1/2023. So yeah, this is the not so nice area by my house that I drive through to get to work. So whoa, and it's super busy, and I need to keep my eyes on the road. So I'm gonna end this video. I hope it helps someone.